So guys, welcome back to the channel, and right here I have a Hello Kitty headset. I did a speaker the other day or so, and this one is a headset for $10 at Five Below. This does have Bluetooth. Of course, it's fully Bluetooth, but you do have the option for a 3.5 headphone jack if you don't want to use the Bluetooth. So that's pretty interesting in itself. It takes about 2 hours to charge, though it has a 5-hour battery life also. The Bluetooth is version 5.1. It is an older product, primarily because if you look at the bottom, this uses micro USB. So if you aren't aware of it, this is the cord right here for micro USB. You're going to want to hold on to this particular, let me get the blur out of there. There we go. You're going to want to hold on to this cord because if you don't have one at home, this will be the only way to actually charge this headset. So if we're looking at the instructions right here, you have a micro USB slot right here. What does that do? It allows you to put a micro SD card in here and you can play music directly from the headset if you don't want to connect it to any Bluetooth connectivity whatsoever. Probably said this already, but you have a 3.5 headphone jack in case you just want to plug this in directly instead of using Bluetooth. You do have a bunch of power buttons right here, so let me show you what they do. This is plus, this is minus. So you can fast forward the song, not fast forward, but skip the song, or use this for volume control, volume down. This one will be volume up and skip forward, volume down and go backwards, pause and play, also answer calls and hang up calls. Then you have your power button right here and the mode button. But for this review, I'm not going to switch over to the SD card. Again, that is in the before time of back when I was a young man, and I'm not using that feature. I don't think anyone does anymore. On top of that, this does have lights. It blinks right here. You have the lighting effect up top. And I don't really see anything in the instructions right here that kind of talk to you about the lighting. It just seems like however the light is, that's just how it's going to be. I kind of figured it was going to be a solid color at first, but it's not. So it is what it is. But timestamps are in the description if you want to skip to a particular part. I think I held enough of your time. Let's get right into this review and see if this product is actually worth the asking price. So to sync these headphones is very simple. Right here we have the power button. Just going to hold that. All right, it said power on. See the blue light on right here is blinking red and blue on the bottom. And you also have the buttons blinking on the side. Well, they're not buttons, it's just the lights on the side of the headset. So from here, let me flip it the right way. We're going to go to the settings, then Bluetooth for whatever device that you're using, whether it's Apple or not. You're going to see an option that says, let's see if we find it together, see if it pops up. Hello Kitty LED Bluetooth. What is that? P1-FB. I'm going to go ahead and assume it's this one. Let's tap it. I'm going to hit pair. Yep, and it says it's actually connected. So if you follow that prompt, it's very easy to find. So it's going to say HK LED BTHP1-FB. That's Hello Kitty LED Bluetooth right here. So if you follow these prompts, you should have no issue syncing this. Now, if you want to unsync it, for Android, you'll go to the little cogwheel and you'll press forget, or it'll be a little symbol to the right of the Bluetooth and you can forget it. It'll put it back in Bluetooth pairing mode, or you have to power it on and off. And then you can give this to someone else if you don't want to use it for yourself. So that is how you connect it. And that is also how you disconnect it. So the fit and feel, in my personal opinion, isn't very comfortable. When I placed them on top of my head, within the first 5 minutes, if I'm being completely honest, maybe even earlier than that, I felt the pressure of the headphones pushing against my ears. So what I ended up doing was stretching the headphones out on a box, which it kind of loosens them up, but these headphones snap right back to the original position. So it just doesn't really feel good to me. So I wanted to inquire with a couple other people. I had my wife try them out. She said they felt tight on the sides of her ears and she couldn't wear for a long period of time. For her, it was about maybe 6 to 7 minutes and she felt uncomfortable. For other people at work, they tried it out also, and they didn't even have it on for 60 seconds and said it felt tight on the side of their ears. So this is a lack of quality control, if I'm being completely honest with you. Now, there will be some people that buy this and won't have an issue whatsoever. Some people like the tight fit of headphones. Me personally, I like a lighter fit where it feels more evenly distributed on your head. This just doesn't feel that good in long periods or even short periods, in my personal opinion. But anyway, we're going to still move on with this review and we're going to talk a little bit about the music and mic quality. So let's first start off with the microphones. My wife, I spoke to her on the phone. I made a couple phone calls to like Metro by T-Mobile to make some changes to the plan and stuff. And for the most part, no one complained about not being able to hear me. But keep in mind, I was indoors when I did that. Now, for the second test, I did go outside into the elements. I caught the train. I was at 69th Street Station, going through the L all the way to 8th and Market. And to be honest with you, my wife said that it picked up a lot of the noise around me when I was outside walking and that she had an issue hearing me clearly. So that's the first hiccup. The second one was that when you're actually on the train or if you're around a lot of people, cars, horns beeping, this headset does not isolate any of that noise. So when you're having a conversation, you're not really going to be able to hear the person over the phone because it picks up so much noise around you. And if you're on the actual train itself, sure, you can play some music to drown out some of the background noise. But if someone calls you, let's be honest here, you're not going to really be able to hear anything. 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to take the Bluetooth off and just use your phone's microphone or your speakerphone, which, if you're in public, it would make more sense to use your phone's regular mic, not speaker. Now, outside of that, music quality was a mixed bag for me. When I initially first put them on in a quiet environment, it wasn't that bad. But here's the problem with the music. The headset, similar to the Fit and Fill, it presses directly on the ears. Like it really presses in like imagine someone putting a headset on your head and then pressing on the sides of your face and holding it in that position. And every time you moved, it felt that way. That's how it feels wearing this headset, to me at least, and a couple people that reviewed it. So because of that, the music is loud. Don't get me wrong. The music is very loud in this headset, but you can definitely tell that there's a little cloudiness when some of the music is playing, especially when I played some songs from Clear Expedition 33, which is more like classical music. I tried some of the Final Fantasy classical music from what they call Avid Children and stuff like that, One Winged Angel. I did Juice WRLD and a couple other songs. And while some songs did perform better, I will say that, you can feel that cloudiness over the headset. You can definitely tell that it doesn't have that clean HD quality that you would expect from slightly more expensive headphones. But, it's Five Below, so I kind of expected that. It's not a huge deal to me. Now, what actually made the headphones a little bit better, in my opinion, is because I synced this to my, Steam Deck. I synced this to my PC, and I synced this to a tablet. It doesn't have multi-point, so I tried it with different devices at different times. And I can honestly say that the vocals sound very, very clean for this headset. Even if you're listening to music, the bass sounds actually decent. It doesn't sound bad for bass. When you turn it up past 50%, I don't feel like the headset is breaking up or crackling or anything like that. The bass doesn't suffer the louder that it gets, which is really good because most cheap headphones, the louder it gets, the worse the qualities are because the drivers tend to be really bad with cheaper products. But this actually holds up. So if you're buying this strictly to listen to music, it's okay for music for the most part, but you could definitely tell the imperfections when you change genres of music. But at the same time, if you're playing video games, like I played Ender Lilies that has musical scores in the background along with sound effects. I played Hollow Knight, the first one, and Silksong Hollow Knight, and then Metal Gear Solid 5 also is during this review. And I can honestly say that the headset didn't skip a beat. I didn't have any lag latency. I didn't have any issues where I shot a gun and the sound came out a millisecond later or anything. It kept up with everything that was happening, which is a good thing. It's just that for that $10 price tag, the Fit and Fill really kills the experience for me. I can deal with the sound. It's average, 5 out of 10 in terms of quality of music. It'll get you through the day without a problem. It'll get you through the subway. It'll get you through your train ride. You'll be perfectly fine. But when it came to that Fit and Fill, I can't. I don't know what they were thinking. Put it that way. I'm not a fan of the Fit and Fill at all. So there's 2 answers to answer this question. Are these worth the asking price? I'm going to say yes for some of the features that it has, but at the same time, I'm going to say no when it comes to practical everyday usage. So let me kind of break that down. Keep in mind, this is just my personal opinion. I don't expect you to necessarily agree with me. My suggestion is to try out products. If you're interested, just hold on to the receipt because Five Below will allow you to take it back. You may buy it and it's the best thing in the world to you, and that's perfectly fine. Don't let someone else sway your personal opinion if you like a product. But anyway, with that being said, let me kind of break this down. You have a 5-hour battery life. If you choose not to use the Bluetooth aspect, or if it dies, you do have the option of using a 3.5 headphone jack, which will work in corded mode, which is a cool feature. problem with that is that it doesn't come with the actual cord. So if you're paying for that cord separate, whether you find one at Five Below or you find one on Amazon or you already own one, the point is there's other elements added to this. That's an additional cost to the already $10 headset. Now let's move forward. The microphones are average. There's nothing to really write home about. And to be honest, with most lower brand companies, that microphones are average. So, I don't really have anything super negative to say about that one. Music quality, on the other hand, does sound a little muffled. Gonna be honest with you. Even though it has bass, even though the vocals sound clean enough for the price tag, you can definitely tell that this is a lower end product, probably using AAC or SBC, whatever it is, codec. It doesn't have multi-point. It's not going to have all those features. It's not going to be the clearest thing in the world. So if you're coming from a higher end headset, one that may cost $30, $40, depending on the brand, and you use this, it will feel like you're taking a back seat to quality. I'm just going to be honest with you. There's no workaround that. But if you're a person that frequents Five Below and buys a lot of their products and you're used to the sound of a lot of products that they release, then I think this will be perfectly fine for you. And then lastly, we have the fit and feel. Well, actually, it's two more things, but the fit and feel is, I don't like it. I just don't feel like it fits well on my head personally. My wife tried it. She has a smaller head than me. She said that it was uncomfortable. A couple coworkers at work said it was uncomfortable, and they used it only for a couple minutes. Now, I did manage to get about a good 2 hours out of this headset just wearing it, and I kind of forgot that it was, on my head after a while because I got used to how the cushions felt. But the moment I took them off my head, it felt a relief to take this headset off. And to be honest, when it comes to fit and feel, it doesn't matter how long it lasts. It doesn't matter how good the battery is. It doesn't matter how great the sound is. You got to be able to wear the product in order to actually enjoy it. And it just was a major no for me. So in that regard, I think it's bad. But for the price tag and what it offers, it's not bad. Now, lastly, it does take an SD card. It has an option to take an SD card where you can play music directly from the headset and not connect it to anything. Is that a cool feature to me? No, not really, because that relies on that 5-hour battery life that we talked about earlier. It's easier to navigate things with a tablet or with a phone. And to be honest with you, we're living in a time where there are free services that will give you a tablet if you have like welfare or health insurance through the state. Or if you're with Metro by T-Mobile or another prepaid carrier, they also offer tablet deals and stuff that way too, which is dirt cheap. So it's very, very easy to get your hands on a tablet. Or better yet, if you're using a Nintendo Switch or a Steam Deck, or even a PC with Bluetooth, it will work with all of those things. But if we're just talking about the level of quality, even though it didn't break up or it didn't have lag latency, which is a cool thing, especially for a product that's cheap, it just doesn't, you could tell that it's missing something. Like if you were to play this and think that you're going to play an online game or Resident Evil or a Final Fantasy or Chrono Trigger, whatever game you want to play, right? The quality of the music will be there, but at the same time, a $20 Kobe headset from back in the day sounds better than this one, if I'm being completely honest with you. So it has its good moments, it has its bad moments. If you're a person that, shops at Five Below, and I say this all the time, it's a holiday time, you can buy this headset, right? You can buy other knickknacks and other products and kind of give a care package to a child. Because I know there's a lot of people that can't afford gifts for certain people. So a lot of times I'll give stuff away on not OfferUp, on YouTube, Facebook Marketplace and stuff. And the people tell me I'm going to give it to our children, or we have a group or whatever it is, group home. We're going to give it to them because they don't have much. So I do it. So I don't want to just talk badly about this product. But what I'm saying is if you have $14.99 or if you have $20 even, you can get the Soundcore A30Is for $20 on Amazon on sale a lot of times, or you can get the P20Is for like a couple bucks. You can even get the Soundpeats Breezy headphones for $9.99 on certain links when I did that review. And it's like, you'll get a better product. You'll get a superior product with app support and a bunch of features that you actually would use. And that's why I say you should always shop around for products. But for Five Below, it's doable. But if you're comparing it to other products in the world, between $10 to $20, then, you can find something better. Anyway, like and subscribe like always, guys. I know this is a long conclusion, but I just wanted to say that for the person that decided, hey, I want to skip this video and just hear the conclusion about how I feel. And like I said before, purchase something yourself. Hold on to your receipt. Just because I say something in a review doesn't mean that you're going to feel that way when you use a product. It is what it is. All of us have different preferences. But anyway, I'll end the video here. Like and subscribe like always. I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, take care, peace, God bless, and be safe. Till the next video.